Rain began quietly that evening, a soft patter at first, like whispers against glass. It was the kind of rain that doesn't rush. It lingers, it listens, it fills the air with calm. You walked along the narrow path through the trees, your coat damp at the edges, the cool mist wrapping around you. The forest smelled like earth and pine and new beginnings. You didn't have a destination in mind, just a need to walk, to breathe, to be somewhere quiet, somewhere far from noise. Each raindrop sounded like time slowing down. You could almost feel your thoughts softening, your heartbeat sinking with the rhythm of the rain. The path curved gently, the way old paths do, worn smooth by years of footsteps that no one remembers anymore. A single lantern flickered in your hand, casting small golden circles on the wet leaves. The night was thick with sound. The distant hoot of an owl, the creak of branches swaying above you. There was no fear, only stillness. The kind of stillness that welcomes you in and says, you can rest now. You thought of the day that had passed, the messages unanswered, the lists unfinished, but they didn't feel heavy anymore. The rain was washing them away, one gentle drop at a time. Somewhere ahead, you noticed it, a faint light in the fog. At first, you thought it was the moon breaking through the clouds, but no, it was warmer, steadier, like a candle burning behind glass. You followed the light through the trees until the outline of a small cottage came into view. Its chimney leaned slightly, its roof glistened with rain. A golden glow spilled from its windows, flickering against the dark forest like a heartbeat. You hesitated for a moment. You hadn't seen another soul all evening, but something about the place felt familiar, as if you'd been there before in a dream. You stepped onto the porch. The wood creaked softly beneath your boots. The door, painted a faded green, was half open. You knocked once, twice. No answer. Only the comforting crackle of fire from within. You pushed gently, and the door swung open. Warmth enveloped you immediately. The kind that seeps into your skin and reminds you what safety feels like. The air smelled of burning wood, cinnamon, and rain-soaked air drifting in from the window. A small fire crackled in the hearth. A kettle hummed quietly on the stove. Books lined the shelves, their spines faded, their pages gently curled at the edges. A cup of tea sat on the wooden table, steam still rising from its rim. Whoever had been here must have stepped out only moments ago. You removed your coat, hung it by the door, and sat down in the old armchair facing the fire. Its cushions sighed beneath you like an old friend. You watched the flames dance, their orange light painting shadows on the walls. Outside, the rain softened, turning into a delicate rhythm, a lullaby only the night could compose. On the table beside the cup was a book, leather-bound, its cover worn smooth by time. You opened it gently. Inside were handwritten pages, each filled with small, careful words. The first line read, "For whoever finds this place, may you remember how to rest." You smiled. You turned the pages slowly, reading about mornings filled with silence, afternoons with tea, nights lit only by candlelight. Each word felt like a breath you hadn't realized you were holding. Outside, thunder rolled in the distance. Not loud, just a soft reminder that the world was still alive beyond these walls. You felt safe here, in this small pocket of warmth where time didn't seem to matter. You leaned back in the chair, the book resting on your lap. The rain had become lighter now, just a whisper on the roof. Your eyes grew heavier with each breath. The fire popped softly, and the air hummed with peace. You thought of the world outside, the noise, the rush, the endless days that never seemed to pause. And for the first time in a long while, you didn't feel the need to keep up. You were already where you needed to be. The candle on the table flickered low. Your eyelids fluttered. The warmth wrapped around you like a blanket. And then you drifted. The rain, the fire, the faint hum of the kettle, all fading into a quiet, endless calm. When you opened your eyes again, sunlight poured through the window. The world outside was fresh, gleaming with dew. The fire had burned to embers, and the kettle sat silent now. You stood stretching, feeling lighter, like something heavy had been set down in your sleep. You left the cup on the table, the book where you'd found it, and stepped outside. The door creaked softly behind you, closing on its own. The forest shimmered with morning light. Birdsong replaced the sound of rain. You looked back once at the cottage beyond the rain, and for a moment, you could have sworn you saw a figure in the window smiling, as if to say, "You can always come back." You smiled too, whispered thank you, and walked down the path back into the world, carrying the quiet with you.